Hello and welcome here to another edition of Husker Chat Live. Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com, and as it's been brought to you by all the way through Husker Chat Live, once again, it's brought to you by Sandhills Global. If you have equipment to sell it at auctiontime.com. We're powered by ABM, and we've been doing one of these almost every day now, and we're pleased to bring in our next guest to Husker Chat Live, 2022 wide receiver recruit, Decoldest Crawford. Decoldest, welcome to Husker Chat Live. Welcome to Nebraska. It's great to have you on.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great opportunity to be here.
Well, let's talk about Nebraska and kind of how quick this came, because you were committed to LSU for quite some time. Kind of run us through the timeline of how everything played out with Nebraska and kind of how things began.
Yeah, within the coaching changes that came at LSU, there was a lot of adjustments, and I had to make an adjustment, and let's go to a different school because I didn't really have a relationship with any of the coaches. And Coach Mickey, he went to Nebraska, so there was a big role into me and his relationship, and there was a big role into him getting me into Nebraska.
Yeah, run us. I mean, how long were you committed to LSU, and how disruptive was that kind of when the coaching change happened and kind of made you realize, you know what, I might have to start kind of looking at some other options at this point?
I was committed to Nebraska around
or
3
LSU.
years.
Okay.
I was committed to LSU around 3 years. And basically I knew the coaching changes was going to kind of, move around because the losing season that they had, and it was just a lot of things in the wind that coach he was leaving. So I already kind of knew what it was going to be from the jump.
And, when Mickey Joseph took the job at Nebraska, how soon did the communication kind of begin with you and Coach Joseph?
Yeah, basically, it was really the same day. Well, it was really a week before, but it was the same day. So I say it took place real quick.
And at that point, have you been to Nebraska yet? Have you been able to travel out here for a visit yet?
Yeah, I actually took an official visit, I think 2 weeks ago.
So, yeah, you got to finally get a chance to be up here for that official visit. What was it like to, you committed here sight unseen, you got to see Nebraska. What were your thoughts of being up here and spending time in Lincoln?
Yeah, it's a different environment compared to Louisiana. It's a lot of great guys down there. It's a lot of nice people, and it's just the weather is different from Louisiana because around down here it get hot and it get cold in the same day, but down there it's just kind of real cold. So you just gotta adjust to it.
Well, a guy named Decoldest, you should be used to the cold, right?
I don't know about that one.
That was my bad joke of the day, but yeah, your name, Decoldest Crawford. We talked off air. That's not a nickname. That's your real name. What's the history of Decoldest? And I'm sure how often people ask you about your name and kind of what the meaning of Decoldest is.
It's really a sports meaning. Like you one of the best players at your position. Like you do the things the best, and I mean that's how I take it.
So it means that you are the coldest.
Yeah, that's how I take it.
So are there any other nicknames that you have, or is your name enough? I mean, do people have another nickname for you?
Yeah, they call me Cold. Everyone down here in other areas, they call me Cold.
How big are you? What's your current height and weight?
My current height, 6'1", 180.
180. And how do you envision yourself being used at Nebraska, and kind of what kind of opportunity do you see down here in Lincoln?
I see myself playing the X, and I feel like I can make a lot of big catches. Get in open field, make a lot of catches, make people miss, and just score a lot of touchdowns. Obviously.
Who did you spend time with on your visit? Like, who were your player hosts, and kind of what did you think of just spending time with some of the guys here?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time with Alante Brown, Trey Palmer, Omar Manning. And I spent a lot of time with those guys, and we talked, and they told me how it was going to be coming in as a freshman, a young guy working in the receiver group, and they told me things. It wasn't going to be easy. It wasn't going to be like high school. You walk in, you just start from day one. It's a lot of work that come with the process, and you have to work in the weight room, in the classroom, and on the field.
Now, Trey Palmer obviously was an LSU player that transferred here as well. How well did you know Trey Palmer? Had you met him over your multiple visits at LSU over the years?
Yeah, we actually been in contact the whole time from LSU. So we followed each other on Instagram. We all used to always text, just keep in touch and things like that.
We're talking here with Nebraska wide receiver recruit Decoldest Crawford, who will be here later this summer. You're not one of the 17 newcomers here now. Were you close to being an early enrollee, or did you kind of already know that you were going to be a guy that was going to have to wait until probably May or June to get up to your new school?
Yeah, I already knew I was gonna have to wait because
Uh-huh.
my school we don't require early enrollees at the moment.
So will you be back up here for any spring practices or the spring game on April 9th? Do you have an idea if you'll be back up here soon?
Yeah, I'll be down spring game and hopefully I'll make some more dates, but that's to be announced soon.
Well, Decoldest, we got a lot of questions, about 120 people right now watching live already. Just want to go through a lot of comments, a lot of Go Big Reds. Welcome to Nebraska. Let's get the show rolling. Welcome to Nebraska. Welcome to the good life. Coldest, Go Big Red. Somebody said, there he is, number 2. So is number 2 the number you want to have?
Yeah, this was projected.
Yeah, we had another guy on yesterday.
Workings.
I think another guy, I mean, number 2 is a popular number. I've heard other people say it, but you got the lock at number 2?
It's in the process. Y'all wouldn't know yet fully.
Got another question here from Brad. Any idea who you'll live with? Any roommates or idea who you'll be paired up with here at Nebraska?
I wouldn't know at the moment.
Michael says, welcome to Nebraska. Got another welcome here to Nebraska. Trenton wants to know, just how cold are you?
I mean, I wouldn't speak too soon. We'll see. Once I get down there, get to working out, and we'll see then.
Adrian wants to know, what do you expect to see in Memorial Stadium on game day Saturdays?
I've seen a lot of videos on Twitter about the fan base. They say they got the most loyal fan base, one of the biggest fan bases in the Big Ten, and I just want to see it in real life with my own eyes.
Got another question here. Before you came, I mean, what's been the coldest temperature growing up in Louisiana you've experienced? Do you remember, like, what's been the coldest you can remember growing up?
I won't remember, but I know in 2021 it snowed, so it was kind of cold then.
Yeah. You're from Louisiana. Mickey Joseph's a New Orleans native himself. Do you envision Coach Joseph having a big impact on a lot of Louisiana guys like yourself? And what is it about Coach Joseph that is able to connect so well with players from Louisiana?
Yeah, firstly, he's from Louisiana. He's a hands-on guy. He gonna keep it real with you, and he gonna throw you in at an early age and allow you to make plays. And as a freshman coming in, that's what kind of coach you want, that you can trust and let him give you an opportunity to go prove yourself.
Ken says he can't wait until you get here. Joe has a question for you. What are you looking forward to the most at Nebraska?
Basically just building a brotherhood with the players, bonding and learning how to do different things, because down there's a different culture from Louisiana, and I just want to, fit into a different culture and learn new things.
Got a question here from Steven. Wants to know, how do you feel about joining a wide receiver room at Nebraska with all of your Louisiana brothers already here?
It feels good knowing that it's a couple players in the receiver room that's from Louisiana and I can relate to, dealing with living wise. And, a lot of those guys, they go to work. They work real hard. And it's a lot of competition. Everybody will push each other to get better. And all of us just eat and make good plays on the field.
Growing up, had you ever been to the Midwest before you came to Nebraska? I mean, what was the closest state you had been to in the Midwest? Or have you never really left the South before?
I went to Hawaii before. I haven't been to a lot of places.
So what did you think Nebraska was going to be when you got here, and what were your thoughts after?
I thought it was just going to be like a country town with horses, cows, cornfields, and just farms.
And what was it that, or was it much different?
Nah, it's a whole different environment. It's a nice place.
Yeah, everyone thinks that we just all live on a big farm out here, and I think guys figure out pretty quick. I bet where you're from's more country than Lincoln.
Oh yeah,
No.
most definitely.
I mean, do you live kind of in a country area, or how would you describe, where you grew up?
Yeah, I mean, I live. I wouldn't say a country area, but I live in an area with a lot of horses around and stuff.
So I'm glad to know that Nebraska wasn't what you thought. That's usually what happens, though. A guy that's never been up here has kind of a thought of what they think Nebraska is, and it's usually a lot different. All right, let's get to some more questions here. Got one from Dewey, wants to know, what NFL receiver do you model your game after?
Uh, I'll say Devontae Adams. I like his route running. He can get open at any time. He can run any route in the route tree. He can make tight catches and he can run past you.
Are you a Saints fan growing up in Louisiana, or do you have another NFL team?
No, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Dallas Cowboy. Always?
Yeah, always.
What do you like about the Cowboys?
Just growing up, there was a team my brothers always liked, so I just jumped in and liked the Cowboys too.
They're always on TV too. You can't really miss the Cowboys game very often. But you like any other sports? I mean, if you don't watch football, is there something else you like to watch?
I say basketball,
Who do you got? An NBA or
NBA.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to the next questions here. Doug says ice in his veins.
Hey, might be.
All right, let's see. Michael wants to know this question. Are you going to be primarily a receiver at Nebraska, or do you think you could maybe be a returner as well?
Yeah, it depends. Most like I can return the ball, but I mean I'll do whatever I got to do to win. So I'll do anything.
Epi has a question here. Who is your wide receiver idol? Would it be Devontae Adams? Would it be somebody else?
Yeah, it'll definitely be Devontae Adams.
Kind of back to my original question here. Steven wants to know, so are you a country boy or a city guy?
Country boy.
What is the difference? Like if you grow up in the country in Louisiana versus like New Orleans, I mean, what is the biggest difference? Just the football played and the culture. And
it's really no difference. It's really the same. If you ask me, it's the same.
Is there the same level of toughness? I mean, guys in the country a little tougher than guys in the city, or
they're a lot tougher. Coming from the country, they're a lot tougher.
All right, here we go. Let's move on. Trenton has a question. Have you had a chance to talk to Casey Thompson yet at Nebraska, the quarterback transfer from Texas?
We've talked on Instagram a lot. We're gonna get a lot of Zooms going with the play calling. Me learning a lot of plays, so we'll be in contact a lot.
What do you think of Casey? Just early thoughts of the transfer, and obviously Chubba Purdy. I mean, they've added 3 quarterbacks to the roster here in January.
Yeah, Casey, he's an elite quarterback. I watch film on him. He love to get the ball out quick, so I had to get in and out my routes quick so I can get the ball.
Got another question here from Brett. I've seen that your brother on Twitter. Does he plan on moving up here too to watch you, your brother? It was a question about your family.
Yeah, he's definitely moving up with me.
Oh, yeah. So you guys will maybe live together up here long term, or?
Yeah.
How many years apart are you and your brother?
He's actually my cousin. He watched me grow up. He got me by a good amount.
So what's he gonna do in Nebraska? Just kind of transfer his work up here, or?
Yeah, just transfer work. Manage me, help me with things, guide me into the right path.
Got a question from Eric. Besides Mickey Joseph, what drew you to Nebraska?
I wouldn't really know. I won't really know.
Opportunity? I mean, was there something about it?
I mean, when I looked into it, I looked in the receiver group first, and because compared to all the other schools that I had Division One offers from, you would look in the receiver group, and it was just a loaded group. And I feel like this group right here was a group I can come in, make some things happen.
What's your question from Sean? What is your favorite activity outside of football? What are you doing when you're not playing football?
I'll say when I'm not playing football, I'm either riding horses at the barn or just at the gym playing basketball with my brothers.
So horses at the barn. So you have horses like right outside your house, or?
It's around 5 minutes away from my house. Might as well say right outside, but yeah.
So you can ride?
Yeah.
All right. You're a cowboy. All right. Got a question here from Mitch. As a receiver, are you a guy that likes to go up and battle for the ball? I mean, are you a speed guy? Describe your ability as a receiver.
Yeah, actually, I like to go up and battle for the ball. I like to make jump ball catches, but then at the same time, I like to separate and run past you. So I say 50-50.
Trey Loper wants to know, do you plan on doing some recruiting for Nebraska and Louisiana? Are you going to help convince some guys maybe this spring and summer to take some trips and visit Nebraska?
Yeah, I got a lot of 2023 class of 23 kids on my list that's from Louisiana that'll come down and do visits and stuff like that.
Got another question here from Nate as we're taking your questions in Husker Chat Live with wide receiver Decoldest Crawford. We're brought to you again by Sand Hills Global. Got equipment to sell at auctiontime.com, powered by ABM. Nate wants to know, what is your favorite route to run?
My favorite route, I say the go ball. I just give them a little move off the line, stack on top. The rest is history.
What's your I mean, it's a tough question because everyone times 40s differently, whether they're electronic or handheld. What is your 40 time? What is your vertical? Do you know?
Yeah, actually, my 40 time, I haven't really ran a 40 since sophomore year, but my sophomore year, I ran a 4.5, and after that, I ain't running 40 no more. And my vertical, I wouldn't know my vertical.
All right. Got a weight room question, and you may not know the answer to this. What is your bench and squat as far as in the weight room goes? It's from Jose.
I don't know. Bench around 255, and squat, I wouldn't know.
Let's see. That's kind of I'm going through the questions here. Some repeat questions here. I'm trying to stay away from. This is a hard question. Do you have a goal in mind? Like, I don't know if you have an answer to this question. Wants to know how many touchdowns you have, but what is your year one goal as far as how you envision yourself at Nebraska?
The one goal, I'll say, just really being a team player. I really haven't had any goals set. I just want to be a team player and just win.
Jose also wants to know, what weight would you like to be at? What's your weight goal?
Well, right now I'm around 181. I want to come into the season 190 to 195.
All right. Mitch said, are you a 50-50 ball guy? Can you win the 50-50 ball?
Yeah, I most definitely. That's my strong side.
All right, let's see. Yeah, talk more. Question here from Ross. Once you break down the current players on this Nebraska team that you've had a chance to bond with.
I'll say Alante, Omar, and Latrell, and Trey Palmer.
All right. Let's see. Question. I got a question here from Riley. Wants to know, where was the first place that you ate when you got to Lincoln? What was the best? Take another step. What was the best meal you had during your visit?
I'm not a real food guy. I'm regular. So when I got down, we got in the little cafeteria room. I ate. I think I ate tenders. I ate tenders and fries. So, but it was a lot of good food that was cooking. It's just I'm not a big eater. I don't really like eating a lot of food. I just like regular food.
All right, I got a Louisiana food question for you. Are you Popeyes or are you Raising Cane's?
Popeye.
Popeyes, because both those are headquartered out of Louisiana.
Yeah.
We've got both obviously here. Raising Cane's is pretty big in Lincoln, and so is Popeyes. So I wasn't sure if you were Team Popeyes or Team Cane's. Got a couple Cowboys fans here. Just wanted to say, go Cowboys, go boys. Let's see. We've already got through the vertical question. We've already asked about the quarterbacks. Question here from Jason. Have you been able to talk to Coach Frost or spend much time with him, especially when you're on your trip here in Lincoln?
Yeah, I actually talked to Coach Frost, but when I came down, he had announced that he had COVID, so I couldn't meet him that week.
Did you have to do like a Zoom with him or talk to him on the phone? Or
Yeah, just talk to him on the phone.
let's see. Yeah, did you have in-home visits with Nebraska? Like, what was that like in December? Who all came into your home in December?
Yeah, Coach Joseph, he came my home twice. He did some nice in-home visits, so yeah, he was the only one that actually came.
And then at that point, I mean, once he came in, was it kind of like a done deal that you were going to go to Nebraska?
Yeah, I mean the first day he came, I knew I was going there, but I didn't want to I would just keep thinking about it like I'm really going to Nebraska. And I didn't just want to think about it, but I knew I was going there.
Trey Loper wants to know, you grew up in the SEC. What are your impressions of the Big Ten? Obviously, some great stadiums here, the Big House, the Horseshoe. What are your early thoughts of your new conference?
Yeah, I watched a lot of games that been played, and I see we lost a lot of close games that we could have won, and it's a lot of good stadiums, in the Big Ten. I feel like Michigan, I like their stadium. Indiana, Wisconsin, it's a lot of good teams in the Big Ten.
Ryan's got a comment, then a question. Loves your commitment. Excited to have a Savage on the team to catch some passes. We love that you want to win, man. Question though was, were you a track runner or a track star in high school? Did you play any sports besides football growing up in high school?
Well, my freshman year I didn't run track. My sophomore year I ran 2 track meets, and then COVID came, and my junior year track season was canceled because of COVID. And that's my senior year, and I'm not I'm not running track, but I played basketball my sophomore year and my junior year.
Pretty good at both sports. I mean, how would you describe
Yeah,
your basketball?
the basketball I got a lot of hops. I can make a lot
Dunks?
of trick dunks. I can't shoot 3-pointers. I just like shoot mid ranges, and I can drive the ball like anytime. I can get to the rim anytime.
You just out athlete people, basically.
Yeah, I just get through.
Question here from the Doctor 670 wants to know, what are your thoughts of Memorial Stadium after seeing your future stadium in Lincoln a couple weeks ago?
I'll say it was bigger than what I thought it was gonna be. For seeing it from Instagram, I didn't think it was that big, but when I actually stepped foot and walked out, it's a pretty big stadium.
Moving here to the next question. Stephen wants to know, how much history do you really know about Nebraska? Have you started to maybe kind of look at some past history of the program to kind of get more familiar with what you're going to be joining here in the next coming months?
Yeah. Before I even committed, me and my cousin, we did a lot of research on Nebraska, and it was a lot of things that I didn't know about that I know now. So yeah, I kind of did a lot of research on Nebraska.
What'd you learn?
I learned I learned a lot of stuff like about football players, about stuff being invented. I didn't know Huddle. It was the Huddle building was like right down the street. I seen the Huddle building. I seen that Kool-Aid was, I think, invented down there. It was a lot of things.
We're talking here. Wow, those are two things I wasn't expecting. Huddle and Kool-Aid. But yeah, you're right. A Huddle was invented in Lincoln here. I'm staring at their building right outside my window right now in our office downtown. And I think Kool-Aid was invented in Hastings, Nebraska. But
Yeah.
got a comment here from Ray. Just says, LSU fans wish you a lot of success. Go ball out.
Thank you.
402 Omaha says, let's go, my guy Crawford. Let's see, moving through some comments and questions. And this is a hard one because you're not here yet, but Jose wants to know, do you think you're going to play a lot in your first year? Or do you think you're a guy that can maybe play 4 games and redshirt that first year?
I'm expecting to play a lot. I come in, learn with the playbook I already learned. Get my weight. Make good plays on the field. I feel like I have a chance of playing early at the right time.
Where you were going to go to LSU before, and I mean they don't redshirt that many guys at places like LSU.
Yeah.
I mean, guys just
Yeah,
play.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a 3-year model. Usually, guys play 3 years and go pro at a place like LSU, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Ross has a question just on your visit. Anything really specific stand out to you on the campus? Just getting on there and seeing the campus.
Well, it was like the campus was really like basically like a downtown or like downtown type campus, and everything was close. And I like the way like you'll be in the whole facility of the football side, and you got classes like near in the area, and everything was just in a tight space, so you won't have to walk far or drive far. Everything was like together.
What did you learn about the new football facility being built? Obviously, it's in the middle being built. Did you get any good pictures or insight about what that new facility is going to have in it going forward?
I really couldn't get a good look because by the time I walked through the little breezeway thing, it was just snow everywhere on the ground. So I just see snow.
Lance has a question. What are you doing right now? Are you catching a lot of footballs? What's kind of your training regimen right now in this off season?
Yeah, because of my finger injury, when I messed my finger up, I couldn't work out or do anything, and I just got cleared yesterday to work out. So hopefully, starting tomorrow, I'll be back working out, running routes and stuff like that.
Jose says, you look good in red, brother.
Thank you.
But Michael has a question, and I know you're not related, but he wants to know, do you know who Terrence Crawford is? Bud Crawford, the boxer. Any relation that you know of? He's from Omaha, Nebraska. Do you know who Bud Crawford is?
Yeah, I seen him on Twitter. He followed me on Twitter. But
he did. He gave you a follow back.
Yeah.
The Crawford's got us. Yeah, he lives in Omaha. He's a big Nebraska fan, and you'll see him around here every once in a while. He actually fought in Lincoln a couple of times now. Let's see if there's any time. Trey Loper wants to know, I don't know if you know this, but Nebraska opens their first game in Ireland. Are you excited to go overseas to play a football game in Ireland? Have you ever left the country before?
I actually haven't. It'll be a good chance to explore things and go across overseas.
Let's see, a couple more to get in here before we wrap things up with Decoldest Crawford. Let's see. We like our Kool-Aid, so somebody got a kick out of your Kool-Aid comment. And Jose even said he didn't even know Kool-Aid was invented in Nebraska. So he taught Jose something new on this chat today. Let's see if there's a final good. Mantrell wanted to tell you that Bud Crawford is his cousin. So got another Crawford relation here on the chat. But let's see. We got this one's a little over the top, but wants to know how many receiving records you want to break at Nebraska, which, I mean, I'm not going to put you on the spot there, but obviously you have high expectations, right? I mean, when you look at what you want to do, what are your expectations?
I want to break every record. I want to break touchdown record, receiving. I want to go for everything. I want to be freshman All-American. I just want to go for everything.
And what does Mickey tell you about how they could maybe use you in this first year?
More like a Justin Jefferson type guy. They can route run, get open in any kind of area and just catch the ball, make a big play.
Well, Nicole, this is a lot of fun. We haven't got a chance to talk to you since you committed, so it was great to catch up on Husker Chat Live. I know you answered a lot of questions there from fans, and we appreciated the insight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, that wraps it up here for this edition of Husker Chat Live. Once again, brought to you by Sandhills Global, powered by ABM. If you have equipment to sell it at auctiontime.com For HuskerOnline.com, I'm Sean Callahan.